Sun, lots of it. Water is not always available. Arid soil. The rural people of the state of Paraíba live in one of the poorest and driest regions in Brazil, which impacts on their economy, food availability, and quality of life. Since Agência Mandalla arrived, a non-governmental organization founded by businessman Willy Pessoa from Paraíba State, everything has changed.
Os principais objetivos do projeto são resgatar a dignidade humana através do aproveitamento do potencial produtivo já existente e até então desperdiçado, na melhor forma de utilização da água e da terra, na produção de alimentos com qualidade, produtividade, responsabilidade social e cidadania, como forma de combater a fome e a miséria.
In a region where water shortage used to prevail, it was quite surprising to find out such problem could be solved so easily. Easiness that eliminates waste. In Mandalla's system, water is rationally used. Savings result from the construction of circular and conical reservoirs. They can be built in families' backyard or in the community to be shared by the locals. Mandallas can be supplied by well, reservoir, pond, or any other available water source. Water is pumped through plastic tubes 2 meters apart. The method is very creative by using swabs cut and attached to the tube in order to trickle water. The uniform irrigation contemplates 9 beds. In the 3 first ones, crops and plants intended to meet a family's basic needs are grown. In the following beds, fruit trees and green leaves are grown to be sold. The 3 outer circles consist of fruit trees and cactus to form a protective fence around the mandala.
A gente não tinha condição de comprar todo tipo de verdura e a gente aqui estamos produzindo mais ou menos umas 20 culturas diferentes.
At night, a bulb is lit over the reservoir to attract insects to be eaten by fish. As it's a breakthrough system, in 2004, Mandalla Project won Bayer's financial support. Such investment is one of Bayer's activities jointly with the government geared to support the self-sustainable family agriculture. Peasant José Cardoso da Silva was one of the first to benefit from the project. After Mandalla implementation, his life changed for the better.
Hoje é tudo com água favorável, de gotejamento, essas coisas assim, canoite. Mudou muitas coisas, porque muitas coisas a gente não plantava, porque nós não sabíamos nem o que era. Trabalhava com alface e coentro, e agora por diante nós temos várias culturas.
During the project implementation, Agência Mandalla provides peasants with full support. Those families subscribing to the program are given an allowance by Bayer for 6 months, so that over the whole period of time prior to the Mandalla implementation and the first harvest, peasants can rely on a financial support. To clear up their doubts, they can also count on multipliers, young people always willing to provide information. The Center for Qualification of Youngsters in Cuité, Paraíba, was created by Agência Mandalla so that it stays more and more the farmer's side, to instruct, clarify, and listen to their opinion.
Eu acho interessante tudo. Meu pai é agricultor, meu pai ele é uma pessoa muito difícil, ele é aquele típico agricultor que não acredita em nada. Isso dá até uma luta para me ensinar ele.
400 kilometers far from João Pessoa, Acauã is a community with dozens of families that used to face typical problems of the region: arid soil and water shortage. But Agência Mandalla's arrival has given a new life perspective to future peasant generations.
A vida da gente mudou completamente, né? Porque antes nós não tínhamos um alimento adequado, só tinha um alimento básico, e veio completar bastante a alimentação, porque apareceu a verdura, apareceu a fruta, né?
Several settled families have their own mandallas now. That mandala, built in the peasant's land, is called backyard mandala. so that they cultivate staples and sell the surplus. This results in a better quality of life, even for those who have no mandala on their land yet. In Akawa, for example, Agência Mandalla, in a partnership with BayerCropscience, built a community mandala. Even those who have no backyard mandala are now able to benefit from the project fruits.
Com a vinda da Bayer investindo em nossa comunidade, vamos com certeza atender as demais famílias que hoje já acreditam no projeto e sabem que é viável.
The partnership between Agência Mandalla and BayerCropscience also enabled us to build a 400,000-liter water box to supply the reservoirs. The scholarships granted to the community's young people and the computer donation are key to gain access to scientific knowledge. Both BayerCropscience and its employees contributed to the project. They teamed up in a book donation campaign for the Cultural Center and Library in Akawa. Agência Mandalla regards each community as a site with their own specific needs. That's why the treatment center for chemical addicts in Vieirópolis was provided with a mandala, producing benefits to its inpatients. They cultivate the soil and pick the fruits.
Mandala, assim, eu tenho ela como uma ocupação da mente. Eu vivia no campo das drogas, no alcoolismo. A gente entra aqui dentro, vai se ocupando em alguma coisa e aquela vontade ali já passa.
In Santo Antônio community, we can see peasants' dignity has been rescued. The work performed involves the whole family and helps to keep them in the field. After the harvest, the surplus is stored to then be sold in the region's street markets. They leave for the market before the sunrise. Peasants work joyfully, the joy from the cultivated fields.
Eu estive lá, fiquei muito impressionado e realmente falei com pessoas que mostraram realmente ficar com muito orgulho do que estavam fazendo. Sem dúvida nenhuma, eles querem fazer, eles estão fazendo, estão demonstrando que estão saindo da situação que tinham no passado e isso é muito bom.
A mandala é a esperança da nossa vida na terra. Então, se não acontecer a mandala, vai acontecer mais um êxodo rural.
BayerCropscience, support to the self-sustainable family agriculture.